Hello, everybody. Hopefully this gets out to everybody. Mark and I going to switch nights for the night. He got caught with a contractor and can't do his live stream, so I told him I'd jump on and do one. And I think we're just going to switch spots for the week and let him. Sorry, he's texting me. I'm going to go back in his live stream, let everybody know that I started one up, and hopefully we get some people coming in. So give me a minute here, and we'll get this going on. All right. I just posted on Mark's live stream. I'm going to try to get to my page and get a pop-up chat so I can see if anybody comes in. Hopefully it works. Oh, hey, there we go. I got a pop-up chat. Let me give me a second, guys. This was totally impromptu, so I'm trying to get stuff situated out, and we will be in live chatting momentarily. All right, get this back up. That back up. All right, who we got in here? We got Brandon, Breezy, Miss Twisted, Patrick. Hey guys, thanks for coming on over. Mark apologizes for kind of dropping off. There's Willie. There's Patch of Heaven. Like I said, he got tied up with a contractor there, and he couldn't make it. So I told him I would take over for him tonight, and he'll take mine tomorrow night. So hope this just kind of goes with my week that I've been having. Give me a second here, and I will get a link to the chat up, and we'll see if we can get some people up here and start having a good old time. All right, there's the link. If anybody wants to come up, feel free to come on up. Hop in the basement there, and we'll bring y'all up. Hey, Jit, how's everybody doing? See Patrick's in here. Patrick, I got your comment on that update video. Thank you. I will definitely check that out to look into that. Look into that fuel tank cleaner. Sorry. Who's going up to bat? Me. Like I said, Mark got called away or got hung up or caught up with a contractor working on their new place and stuff. So, he couldn't make it to his live stream. They tried to cancel it early enough that it would show up, but it didn't. So I told him I'd take care of it, and we'd come up here and hang out with everybody. So, all right, Patch, if you want to come up later or whenever, that's fine. links in the chat there, guys. Anybody want to click on it, come on up. We'll bring you up and get you. We'll get this thing going. I want to apologize for the little short update video that I did this morning. I posted this morning. This week just went by something awful. Hey, Parts and Pieces, thanks for stopping in. You know it's going to be a bad week when you get to work and at 7 o'clock Monday morning, you already got a vehicle there that has a blown brake line. And then less than an hour later, you get another one that has a blown hydro or power steering line, the pressure line on the power steering. And it just kind of went downhill from there. The brake line ended up being, it was supposed to be just the left front brake line was leaking. It ended up being the front left brake line, the rear main line going to the back, and the two return fuel lines coming from the engine back to the fuel tank. The underside of this thing was in spots. Those lines were just like totally rusted, and every time I touched something, it took me almost 2.5 days while I was working on the other vehicle that had the blown power steering line. That's a whole nother story. It was on a 2000, the power steering line was on a 2014 Isuzu NPR HD. Somehow, some numbers got transversed in the VIN number or something. The place that I ordered from sent me one power steering line, was totally wrong. Called them up. They said, okay, well, they make two different ones for that. You must have the non-hydro boost system. They sent me the other one. The only difference in it, it was about 6 inches shorter. So they were working on trying to find the right line, what was going on, blah, blah, blah. I called another company that I deal with for Isuzu parts, started talking with them, and in the conversation, I said, well, I know this line is not obsolete. It's a 2014. It can't be obsolete. But I started rattling off that it was a 2014, NPR, Isuzu, da-da-da. And the guy's like, whoa. He said, this VIN number you gave me is coming back to an 06. So we got things straightened out. He gave me the right part number. I called back the original company that's actually closer to us, gave them the part number. They actually overnighted me, direct ship the line. I had it Friday morning by 8:30, I think it was. By 10 o'clock, the thing was up and going down the road. So it was just a bad day. Had a bunch of weed eaters that were broke down. So, well, we had a bunch of new people coming in and check. There's Bama. Hi, Doug. How you doing? Fatia, how you doing? Craig, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for stopping. Thomas Andrews. Don't know if I said hi to you yet. Appreciate everybody stopping in on such a short notice. Like I said, the Mark got called away and caught up with a contractor, so he couldn't make his live stream. So me and him just decided to switch nights, and it's kind of working out, I guess. So there, I just dropped the link if anybody wants to jump up and hang out with me here. And, that way I'm not feeling like an idiot just sitting here, feel like I'm talking to myself. I know I'm talking to you guys, but, I'm just watching them. All right, cool. How can Doug not have a blue wrench? That's what I was wondering. Where did Doug go? Doug, type something. There he is. Okay. Did that not work? Did I click on the wrong person? Oh, add moderator. Yeah, it says Bama Mud Motor. Now moderator. Okay. I thought Fotia was a moderator in my chat too. Oh, hold on, guys. Things are moving too fast for the kid. Okay, there now. Yep, please everybody hit the like button. Hit the like button, hit the share button, do all the bloop, 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 bloop stuff. And hey, Cassie. How you guys? How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I don't think I banned him. Oh, there he is. He's blue now. There he is. He's blue now. So, yeah, it's not you. It's not me. It's YouTube. Yeah, YouTube's been kind of crazy here lately. I had over 800 the S words, and it dropped me like 30 plus people. They must have did a big must have did a big purge or something. But hey, whatever. It's all good. We got 14 watching. First 15 minutes. That's cool. I love it. I love it. So. Okay, cool, Willie. Thanks. Sedetchin. No, Robert. I didn't take any wrenches away. Matter of fact, you've been hanging around a lot. We'll come on. We'll even give you one here too. How's that, Robert? So, but yeah, back to the stories here. I didn't even have time to get out in the shop here at all in the evenings or anything. Had some other stuff going on, but they oh, we got Dougie in the basement. Give me a wave here, Dougie. There we go. There he is. How you doing, Doug?
All right, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fabulous now.
I heard that. I heard your troubles.
Yeah. Now that's it. And well, in the whole process of this, my boss, the guy that's my supervisor, he's not a mechanic, but he's my supervisor, is retiring this coming Wednesday. So he's been taking the new guy around and showing him the ropes of what he does and everything, and it just everything's been going haywire.
Is a new guy a mechanic? He used to be a mechanic, or was a mechanic, or
no? It's actually he's taking over my boss's position. Will no longer be there.
Oh, okay.
The new guy is actually the new director of physical plant, who is in charge of all of building maintenance and housekeeping and fleet and grounds and all that. So they're trying to get him, the new guy, kind of acclimated to that and whatever's all that stuff's going on. And so, but
well, has our president announced a new seat for the Supreme Court yet?
Not that I heard.
Not that I have heard yet, neither.
Thank you.
Not that I have heard yet, neither. There we go. Sorry.
It's all right.
Of course, it's been a lazy day for me today.
Actually, Jeff, no. This the new guy that's taken over is actually a car guy. He's got I think he told me 7 cars. He's got a Cooper Mini that he runs in road courses, and from what I heard, the thing's pretty fast. He's also got a RJ1, some other kind of little sports car, and what I heard, some of the guys that know him outside of work said that thing is just stupid fast. He's actually looking forward to. He's never managed or overseen a fleet department before, and he's really excited about doing it. And he's kind of hinted around that he's going to bring in a set of coveralls, and if he has time, he's going to come down and get his hands dirty. So,
well, all right.
He's already stuck his head in a few times, and walking through in that. And I've been working on something, and he had t-shirt and short sleeves on, and he kind of reached down in and was holding a bolt for me actually. And
cool.
So hopefully he's going to work out pretty good. All right, Thomas, thanks buddy for stopping by. Have a good evening.
Yeah, I noticed here lately when people went to go get moderator, give the wrench to somebody, they don't take it right then like it used to.
Yeah. Most of the ones I just gave back tonight taken. Yeah, Craig. That's one of the big things that we our insurance company at work is really weird. It started out that if you had 4 points or less on your license, you were good. If you got 4 points, you couldn't drive a vehicle. Well, now it has changed. If you get into a moving violation like an accident, and it's a case-by-case basis, they can pull your driving privileges. Even though you have a valid driver's license and can drive your personal vehicle, they will not insure you. So they
Willie C.K.
You could drive. Yeah, you could drive. Cruise out to pick up cigarette butts. That's actually funny, Craig, because on our campus it is a tobacco and vaping free area. You're not supposed to vape, chew, rub, smoke any place on campus property. So,
really,
yep. I mean, you still see like visitors and stuff like that, and some people doing it, but like for us as employees, we're not supposed to. I mean, I can smoke outside the back of my shop because it's like borders right on a sidewalk, so I can walk out on the sidewalk and smoke. But you can't, if you're up on campus any place, you are not to smoke or chew, or a lot of the guys chew, but vape or anything. Yeah. Hey, Antonio. Yeah, they do every 3 months. If you're assigned a vehicle, every 3 months they run your driving record. If you get points on your license and you do not tell the company, it is grounds for immediate dismissal. So if you get a speeding ticket and do not tell them, in your personal vehicle or anything, they can fire you. Yes, Fotia, I do. I do all the maintenance on all the vehicles and equipment. We've got 50 plus registered on-road use vehicles and close to 60 off-road use, golf carts, weed eaters, blowers, mowers, loaders, all that kind of stuff. I am the one and only mechanic there. So I pretty well stay hopping, Now they do have a couple guys that when I get like multiple things backed up, they will come in if they don't have anything going on in their normal job on the unit for the university, they will come in and give me a hand. But day to day PMs, all that kind of stuff, it falls on me. And that's what the new guy, the new director, um, the first couple of days, he would come out and just look, and it's like he goes, I can't believe you do this all yourself. I'm like, it's job security and it keeps me busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a cool job.
Hmm.
I do enjoy working there. Um, I've even went up and worked on some of our standby generators on campus when they couldn't get a company in and they needed something done to them. I've even went up and worked on that stuff. So I do it all. And a lot of times, if they need fabricating done, welding, all that kind of stuff, it comes to me. So
Yeah. At least it ain't boring, huh, Robert? You work on different stuff all the time.
Craig, what is some of the stuff I do to reduce maintenance overall? Um, the big thing is I use what I consider very high quality lubricants and stuff like that. We use nothing but Schaefer's oil. It's a full synthetic, and we've been using it
Mr.
now for the last
Breeze.
almost 20 years. I do oil analysts on 90% of the stuff that I do oil changes on, and everything comes back great. Use their greases and stuff like that too for all the lubricating and all the moving parts. It's I think it's some of the best stuff on the market. It definitely isn't cheap. I get a 55-gallon drum of 5W30. They're full synthetic. I think the last drum I bought 3 or 4 months ago was right at $1,100. But we go 7 to 9,000 miles, or every 5 months on oil changes. The maintenance guys usually don't put more than a couple thousand miles on their vehicle a year. So even sitting and idling, I try to do their oil changes about every 5 to 6 months. They'll get an oil change. So
That Schaefer's oil is good oil. The products is really good. We used to use them when I used to drive mixer concrete truck.
yeah, and they've got a full line of different lubricants for different things. I actually run it. I run it in my pulling tractor. Uh, this is a race oil. It's a 5W, or it's a 30 weight full synthetic. Uh, it is designed for high RPM uh, motors. It's actually made for like race race motorcycles and stuff. Uh, and I've had no problems with that. Um,
Hmm.
some of the other stuff we do for maintenance wise to you know keep things running, we buy good landscape equipment. We've been running Red Max equipment now for uh, probably close to 10 years, 12 years. And I actually have weed eaters that are close to 7 years old, commercial use, still running. You know, they they're just good stuff. And then 4 years ago, we moved to Honda push mowers, and those things have been a dream. And for the zero turns, we actually have 7 hustlers. One 104. The rest are 60s or 72s. They're the Super Z models, and them things. Even with the oldest one has, I was just looking the other day, close to 4,000 hours on it. Still runs like a top. You know,
Hmm.
Hey, Mark, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for stopping in.
A lot of that's your use.
Yeah, Robert. I've noticed a change in some of the newer stuff, but like I said, we still got some of the older stuff. And when I first heard of that, the name Red Max, I'm like, what kind of generic off-brand crap is this? And one of the guys came from one of the groundskeepers at the time came from a landscaping company that used it, and he talked them into trying some, and ever since then, they loved it. We used to use Still and John Deere weed eaters and blowers, and the guys said it was a night and day difference. Weight wise, power wise, dependability wise, so. And here's Mark. What's up, Mark?
There's Mark.
Echo. Frickin' rookie.
Yeah, there's echo too.
Is there echo?
Not no more.
I didn't hear any echo. Did you hear echo?
No, it's too dark out. Can't run an echo weed whacker this time of night.
Oh. Yeah, I was tied up with contractors.
Well, did you get everything worked out and everything?
For the well and the 2 additions and all that, pretty much, yeah.
Good deal. Any idea?
You got it. I'm sorry, Ed.
I said, any idea when they're going to start, Mark?
The 10th.
Good deal.
Maybe the 10th.
I'm giving you a hard time. Yes. Are you taking the burning off?
And the other thing too that makes for longevity of equipment and stuff like that is people taking care of it. We had some guys that didn't really care and just used it and abused it, and they've got weeded out, and so there you go.
Taking care of equipment, that's a novel idea.
Yeah. We looked at some cordless stuff. The issue we have with it is
Chinese.
Ooh, that sounds good. They would have to have so many extra batteries and stuff like that. It's just not.
Oh, hear your TV in the background.
Yeah, Brandon. If people took care of the equipment, you'd be out of business. It still breaks even if they take care of it, Brandon. It's just the natural progression. Matter of fact, I just ordered a carburetor for one of our Red Max weed eaters. It runs great at full throttle. It just won't idle down. It's got the plastic barrel that goes through the throttle barrel, and it's so tight in it, it won't return back to idle. You can do it manually, but once you pull the trigger, it sticks wide open. So I just ordered a new one of those. I don't even take the time to tear them apart and try to fix them anymore. The price of them are cheap enough that my time is better, well spent someplace else. And I did just find out Friday about 2:30 in the afternoon. Our enrollment and stuff is at a good place, and they approved me to buy another a replacement pickup truck because we got one that we're trying to gonna get rid of. It's falling apart. It's just a backup to a backup. So they actually approved me to buy one. So I get to go truck shopping.
What manufacturer do you use?
We're gonna probably try to get a Chevy. That's what 90% of our fleet is, and I mean we got 2 Dodges, a couple Ford vans, a couple Ford pickup trucks, but the rest of them are all GM products. So
Look at Twisted shake his head like hell no.
what are you holding your head for, Mark?
As soon as you said Chevy, he started shaking his head.
Yeah.
Mark must be a Dodge man. God almighty, no.
Well, the issue.
That's what's wrong with you, Mark.
Hey, we all got our vice.
Well, like I said, I actually have a Dodge at work. It's a 96 4-door short bed 4-wheel drive half ton, and the big boss's truck is a 2014 Ram 3/4 ton with a snowplow. So.
Yeah, I'm really surprised you guys use sweepers to sweep the snow off the sidewalks and everything.
Well, we tried plowing a bunch of them one year, and the plows won't get down low enough. Even if we take the feet off of them, it still leaves a film, and we have to put more salt down. Well, that creates salt damage along the edges of the sidewalks. The grounds department has to go back in the spring and fix it all. That costs more money. It's cheaper in the long run to run the brushes, and as long as it's not a wet snow, you can take if it's really cold, you can brush that stuff right off down the bare pavement and not even have to put any salt down at all.
Yeah. That's what I figured. It takes it right down to the surface, really clean and everything.
Robert, no, I actually when we bought that truck, it was actually supposed to be my boss's truck, the one I drive, and he changed his mind and wanted to keep the one he had, and I took it. I had a Chevy before that. Here in the driveway, I've got 2 Dodges and a Chevy. So I'm Chevy or Dodge all the way. Both of them have good qualities. Both of them have bad qualities. The one bad quality about the Dodges is they rust out, and we put down a ton of salt. Not last year because we had a mild year, but the year before we put almost 70 ton of salt on campus, which our campus is 120 acres, roughly 11 miles of sidewalk, and a bunch of, I don't know what the square footage of the parking lots are. We don't have like major roads through our campus. So that 70 ton went on sidewalks and parking lots. And our trucks go through it constantly. So.
How come they don't fluid film them?
How come they don't what?
Fluid film them.
We're looking into that.
I mean, you've seen my truck. You guys have all seen my truck. It's a Toyota. Those frames are notorious from rusting out. I got 400,000 miles on it and 0 rust.
Well,
that stuff works. It really does.
Well, until about 6 years ago, we would rotate vans and trucks enough that they weren't that bad when we got rid of them. They just, they would have 120,000 miles on them, 130,000 miles on them. We would buy stuff that had less mileage.
Nope. When you fluid film, you got to treat it like it's you're seabarding it. You got to buy the undercoating plugs. You got to drill holes in the rocker pail, drill up in the rocker pail, take out the tail light, spray over the wheel well, spray inside the frame. They could get 10 years, 20 years out of a vehicle that way, before they even rust.
Well, we're actually, we just started not this past week, but the week before. We're talking to a company that does the flood film, and they're giving us a price to do our whole entire fleet. So just got to wait till they get back and get back with us and give us a price on it. And they'll actually come to our shop and do them all. They have a mobile lift that they bring them in on. They can lift them up, drill the holes, do all the flood film. They've got a catch system that catches all the drip off, as they're doing it. So,
because they got to do it
I've
every
seen
year.
that done.
Actually, they're telling us with the way our vehicles are, probably every other year, because we don't do highway miles and we don't do like the automated.
Okay.
We don't do the automated car washes that do the undercarriage wash, but maybe once or twice a year. So what we're actually thinking about doing is doing half the fleet this year and half the fleet next year. And then every year they'll alternate through.
I'd do that new one, though, for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Drifty, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, like if you come down here and get a vehicle and bring up there, it won't last. It won't last at all.
Hey, Boneyard, how you doing, buddy?
Boneyard.
Well, see, like my work truck, my boss's work truck, and there's a few other ones. My boss's work truck probably got less than 1,000 miles put on it last year. Because from the time that it snows, he drives it. But as soon as it reaches warm enough weather, he can drive a golf cart. Unless he's going off campus, he'll never drive that truck. Now, see, Patrick, both my Dodgers are rust buckets. That's just me. I'd rather have them mechanically running fine. I don't care what they look like. They're trucks. That's what I run. I don't need a girly truck. So I just need something that hauls what I need to haul. And but even my work truck, it gets used very little unless I'm going off campus to pick stuff up or run up to campus to fix something. Over and above that, half the time it's almost a waste that I have one, but when I need one, I need one. So
They don't allow you to take your company truck home.
no. Well, I can use it anytime I want, but I can't take it home on a regular basis.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I don't care if the bed looks like Swiss cheese. I got trailers, man.
Ed wouldn't look like that if he didn't have his Bondo buggy. Come on.
Hey, my trucks have no Bondo in them. They got big rust holes, but they don't have no Bondo in them.
Oh, well, wannabe Bondo buggies. How's that?
There you go. Nate's been working on some big boats. I seen that. And, he had Johnny out mowing in the rain.
Yeah, but just think, if you don't put no bondo in the beds, all you got to do is reach to the side.
Yeah, really.
It works out great.
If you want to get rid of something, you just sit it next to the hole and gas it, and down the road you go.
Oh, God.
Hey,
No,
If it
God,
fits, it
you're
ships.
crazy.
Flotilla, actually, not very often. The batteries in our zero turns last pretty good. About 4 years is what I'm averaging on the batteries in them. Now I did have an issue with our big 104. Intermittent
There's a little
no
one.
crank, no start. But what it turned out to be was a
Get up there in Papa's chair.
bad ground strap from the motor to the frame. And originally from the factory, it had just a piece of flat steel that went from the motor mount underneath and then was bolted to a clean spot on the frame right beside of it. The bolt that goes to the frame dropped out, and it would intermittently get no crank, no start, or it would die while they were driving it because the fuel solenoid on the carburetor would shut off. It took me about 3 hours to track that issue down because it was so intermittent. We actually have tenders we put on all of our batteries, summer and winter, for our snow equipment. We take them off the mowers and put them on the snow equipment, and they're low amp tenders that keep the batteries charged up. And then in the wintertime, the zero turns get the tenders put on them, and they sit like that all winter long. I double check them. I got a battery tester that I take up about every other month and test them and make sure they're all charged and doing good. Yeah, Nate. I felt like that night before last, man. I barely made it to 8:30. I was actually in bed by 8:30 Thursday night. Hey, Beer Stud, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. I'm just trying to read chat here, guys. Oh, Jay's taking off. I appreciate you stopping in, Jay. Miss you having you around, buddy. So. But yeah, same thing goes for our golf cart batteries. We've got I think 14 or 15 golf carts now, and one gas one. The rest are all electric. Every single one of them have some kind of a tender or something that goes on it all winter long. So, but I did just. I've been looking at I've been wanting to get a scan tool for our because 90% of our golf carts are easy goes. I've been wanting to get the OEM level scanner programmer for them, and with my current boss leaving as a going away gift, he let me order that and one of the big Lyle discharge units for the golf cart battery packs. So that was a pretty good chunk of change that he let me spend, and he just realized that we needed it. So. Flotilla, yeah. Well, up till this summer, I was using the Schaefer's, but I was using a different weight, and we were doing them every 40 to 60 hours. This year, we bumped up to 100 hours, but I'm still waiting on oil analysts to come back, a second round of oil analysts to come back to see how it's doing. So. No, I mean technically, yeah, he could get fired, Robert, because he's retiring. They could be assholes, but like he told the vice president in charge of finance, which is his boss, he said, this is stuff that we've needed. And Ed's been doing very well for the last couple of years on budgets. And I feel that he needs to spend that money to make his job easier and more proficient. So the vice president of finance agreed and approved it. So, all right, Doug, anytime you want to come back up, just let me know and I'll drop the link.
So what all did you get done this weekend?
Yep, you got to keep the big guys happy.
I didn't get anything down here at the shop or at home besides splitting some wood for Mom. We got to do some more tomorrow morning. But at work, I changed brake lines. I changed power steering lines. I fixed a whole slew of weed eaters. Did some other stuff. Got some budget numbers and stuff together, and just super hectic stuff. Yeah, Robert. I like the 40 to 60 hour range, but Hustler actually came out with a I don't know what you call it, but they said that to run them at 100. So we'll find out how those Kawasaki's and Briggs like running at 100 hours in between oil changes. Which, like I said, I'm using Schaefer, so I'm not real worried about it. The only problem I have with it is I only get to see them and go over them every 100 hours, not like I was at 40 or 60. So, but I also did buy. It's been 2 months now, I think. I bought a new blade sharpener at work. If you guys want to check out a slick blade sharpener, I'm going to do a video on it here probably in the next week. It's All American Sharpener. The thing is slick. It's $200. I bought the top of the line model because all the different blades and stuff I do. They got cheaper models, but that thing, in my 20 plus years of doing engine work and mower work and stuff like that, is the best sharpener on the market.
I got one for you, Ed. Does your college make you buy rock salt that the same color as the school colors? You know, the Mets.
No, but the place we get it from offered to color it that way.
I was just curious because I know a guy that did a job similar to you for Cornell University, and they used purple rock salt, and they were out of it. And they had a big debate during the blizzard of '92. That's why I was asking. He said, "Well, at this point, we'll take what we can get," because they fired him because he didn't put purple rock salt down.
Yeah. Well, about 3 years ago, we get ours from right up out of Cleveland, the Morton Salt Company, right under Lake Erie.
I've been there.
They, I don't know if they had a strike or what, but we were actually getting rock salt from the state because that's where they get theirs from too. We were getting rock salt from the state to fill our order. They were hauling it from the state building to us to fill our order because we were running so low. Patrick, it's not that I was so tired and didn't want to do shit. It's just I had some other stuff going on after work outside of here that I needed to take care of that wasn't video worthy, you know. Helping Mom get ready for winter and things of that nature that, you know, I just didn't. And last night I went to the bar first time in probably a year, celebrating my boss's retirement. And I was only there about 4 hours. Wasn't even drunk. Had a few drinks, but, you know, really good time.
And at a bar, geez, now that's a historic moment.
I used to go all the time, but with the way work is and stuff, we've had some guys get DUIs and they just lose their driving privileges. They don't lose their job. In my position, my job involves driving vehicles. You can't get around it. I can't take a golf cart. I can't, I got to be able to move vehicles around, test drive them, all that kind of stuff. And they even asked the insurance company if something would happen and he would get points on his license and you deem him uninsured, how are we going to deal with this? And they're like, that's up to you. And nobody can give me an answer whether I have a job if I don't have driving privileges. So
it ain't worth it.
Exactly. And it's not like that. I was a huge, bar fly and, hitting all the bars and all that kind of stuff. I don't drink very much anymore, so it wasn't really a big deal to me. But I wear my seatbelt 99.99% of the time now. I try to follow, try not to speed, try not to do stupid stuff, So. Oh, I understand, Patrick. There are days that I come home from work and it's like, I've been on my feet continuously, 8, 9, 10 hours. And the last thing I want to do is, even come out here and sit in my chair and work on stuff. I want to veg out and that's what I do. So. And there's actually, I got a TV out here. There's actually been times that I haven't even went in the house. I just come out here and sit in my office chair, turn the TV on, throw some YouTube videos on, and not even work on anything. Just watch some YouTube and, not in the house. So. But, well, Beer Stud, that's kind of opposite for me. It is company policy that if you are driving one of our vehicles, if it has a seatbelt, you are to be wearing it. Tow motors, we got a couple, like, they're not UTVs, but they're bigger than a golf cart, smaller than a truck. They have seatbelts in it. They've got to wear them in there. We got wheel loaders. You got to wear them in there. So, and you can actually, if one of the supervisors want to, they can write you up for it. And we are at work. We are responsible for all of our tickets, from parking tickets to speeding tickets, anything in a company vehicle. We actually had a couple guys get parking tickets. We're surrounded by city streets. They pulled off the road onto the sidewalk to deliver something, weren't in there more than 10 minutes, and apparently they pissed off one of the local police, and they had speeding or parking tickets. Our company said, or our bosses at work said, you knew not to park there. It's your responsibility. So they ended up having to pay them. But the director of our security force went down and talked to the police chief and said, hey, what's the deal with this? Why are you ticketing our vehicles? Them guys aren't parking there, for hours on end. Quit ticketing them. You get enough students to park on them city streets that you guys ticket to let us go. So we don't have any more issues with that stuff anymore. So, but the one funny thing is, at work, it's mandated that we wear masks when we're working together or in public situations on the clock. So if I run to get parts, I have to wear a mask whenever I go into like Napa or one of our other vendors or whatever. And they're all like, "Hey, dude, you don't have to wear a mask in here." I'm like, "I know you guys don't care, and preferably I don't want to wear one in here. But if somebody sees me and goes back and said, 'Hey, I just seen Ed going into Napa and he didn't have a mask on,' then I get called in the office and asked why I wasn't wearing my mask, because it's mandated that we wear a mask." So I got the nice little gaiters things that you pull up, the sleeve things. The only thing I don't like about that is it mushes my beard. My beard don't look as long. So
Yeah.
yep, I understand that, Patrick, wholeheartedly, man. Winter time gets better for me. For one, it's not so hot out. My shop don't have air conditioner or anything. That's one thing that kind of pisses me off when people come in and say, "Well, my air conditioning's not working in my van. Oh, you got to drive your van a mile from this shop up to campus to work in an air conditioned building. What do you need it working for? Come work in my shop someday when it's 90 degrees out, 80% humidity, and the fans are just blowing hot air around." Hey, Mr. Mo Buddy. That's right, Robert. Air conditioning just makes you weak anyways. But I have central air in my house, and the air conditioning works in my truck. Yeah, for the most part, Bierstead, the cops don't bother us. Like I said, it was just a newer guy on the force, and I don't know what issues he had with some people or with the university or whatever, but it was taken care of, and I haven't heard anybody getting any kind of a parking ticket or anything in the last however many years. Hi, you helping Papa? Robert, I'm not married, but I got AC in my house. That's basically what
I don't blame you there.
Yep. I would like to have AC in my shop, but it's uninsulated, and I'd hate to see the electric bill from trying to cool this thing down after being closed up all day long. I've got a couple big fans, so.
You shop at home or shop at work?
My shop at home. My shop at work, it's 10,000 square feet, and at the side walls, it's 19 or 20 feet, and in the peak, it's a clear span building. I believe it's 25 or 28 feet. They calculated up how big of an AC unit they would have to air condition my shop. They said no.
Yeah, it wouldn't be worth it. Even if they put it, not the cost of putting it in, just to run it would be astronomical.
Right. All right, Antonio. Thank you, buddy. Be safe on that service call, man.
Your shop ain't that big at home. You could probably about cut a hole in the wall and put a mini split in there. Drill a hole, that's all.
I actually, over on one of the shelves a few years back, they were replacing the through the wall heat and AC units for the dorm rooms. They were upgrading them, and they gave a bunch of them away, and I actually took one. The problem is I don't have a spot on a wall big enough that's not covered up with something to put it in. But I got it.
Oh, you're talking like those old motels, what they used to put in motels.
Yeah, yeah. But these are like newer, upgraded models. You know.
Boy, that'd cool you down.
Yeah, yeah, it would, and they actually put out heat too. So, yeah, Mark, you're muted if you don't know that, man. Got grandbabies running around. Yep.
Yeah, you could probably sell that for enough money and buy yourself a brand new mini split. They put out heat too, but put one of those on the wall up above high. You probably got room for one of those.
Yeah, I was looking at those. What are they? Mr. AC or whatever. Red Beard's Garage has them, and I've seen a couple other people have them. I actually have a gas furnace up here. It's a updraft furnace. I can put a AC coil in it. I just never finished hooking it up. I never ran. I got to run. I need to run a gas line out here. And
you guys got propane, like suburban propane out there?
Yeah, we do. But I checked into the price to buy the orifice to change that furnace over, and I can rent a trencher cheaper and buy the gas line and the razors and everything else cheaper than I can buy the gas orifices.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's what I heat my garage with. I don't get to use it much, but I got one of those old wall heaters, like, those vent-free ones.
Yeah.
And I heat it with that, and I got a propane bottle in my backyard. The bottle's free as long as you have them fill it. And it's about fill once a year. But if you look up Alpine Air online, it's just named the company Alpine Air. You can buy a mini split that just plain cools for depending on how many square footage you got, how big your shop is. But my Alpine Air was like $4.89 online, with free shipping with 2 heads. I put one head in my shed and ran the cooling and put the compressor next to my garage. That's my shed, and then ran the other line, one head in my back room.
Well, I'm hoping to build a used oil burner because I can get a whole bunch of used oil.
There you go.
I'm hoping to build a used oil burner here, maybe over the winter or next spring, summer, to heat my garage with. I used to have a nice size propane torpedo heater. The only problem with running that is it puts a lot of moisture in the air. And I know
louder than hell.
Well, I didn't mind the loudness, but I would notice that after I was out here like all day Saturday, and I would shut it off that night and go in and then come out Sunday morning, a lot of stuff had frost on it inside the shop. All right, Patrick, take off.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate it, man. But it was cheap to run, but like I said, it would just put that moisture out over there. And then I also have a really big fuel propane or turbo heater. The diesel fuel ones are kerosene. The problem with that is it puts out a thin layer of oil over everything. So if you want to do any painting or anything, you can't do it.
Yep. It's like I got the best, in my opinion, anyways. Some people I got the most efficient heating system there is. I got the old cast iron radiators, hot water heat, and because they can't, when the boiler shuts off, they're constantly radiating heat.
Right.
And I thought about digging a trench originally from my house to my shop, digging a trench 6 foot down, hooking a loop into my boiler, but not put the thermostat out there. Just keep the thermostat in the house so it would only circulate. Because if I put thermostat in the garage, even though it's insulated. All I do is give my gas and electric company, buy them new Cadillacs, because they'd be sitting there counting the money, watching that thing spin.
Well, see, Robert, around here it's different, man. I know a half dozen plus shops that have used oil burners, everything from the boiler style that inject the oil to drip ones, and everybody loves them.
Yep, they're great. The only thing you got to worry about them is if someone gives you used motor oil that's got they where they put antifreeze in it by accident and just dump it in, they don't care. That's the only thing you got to watch for.
See, I would be getting the used oil from work, so I'm the one.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, though. If you get it from other sources, but you're good because, like you said, you get it all you want there.
Yep. Mark, did you want to go to breakfast in the morning? What time? Nine? All right.
Yeah, why not? That gives me time to sleep then.
All right. I'll let Kenny know he wants to split wood in the morning and wants to go to breakfast. So
how far are you from Cleveland, Ed?
About 2 hours.
Damn. Okay. I got to find someone that lives near Cleveland. I found a parts car that I need for $300.
Yeah, I just buy it.
I got somebody pick it up for me so I can go get it later.
Come over and get it.
Yeah, right. Not till I find somebody to babysit my father for a weekend. The old man's totally blind now. He can't see. He can't even get online. It's breaking his heart. He had a stroke in one of his eyes in the middle of the night, and he's blind.
Yeah, no, the used oil burners don't smell. They don't smoke like burning oil. They burn so hot. So the people I've seen that are the drip systems I'm going to build,
he's back.
They can get them things up to about 900 degrees temperature wise on the case of the burner, and that burns off any impurities or anything else like that. One guy that has one, I like his setup. His is a wood burner hybrid. Start a wood fire in it with just a couple logs, and the oil drips down on that, and that thing is really slick. So, and he only burns about less than a third of the wood that he used to. So he used to heat his whole. It's a double barrel burner system, and he has it tapped into where it has an oil line that drips in and drips on the wood, and that's basically what he burns is the oil. An 18.5 Intec V-twin. How do I find aftermarket parts? What kind of aftermarket parts are you looking for? Yeah, I've seen a couple furnaces, smelting furnaces or forges that run on used oil, Robert. They're pretty slick too. Mr. Mobuddy, there's plenty of videos online of guys that do that with the wood oil drip systems. yeah, that's what I'm Fatia. That's what I'm actually considering doing with mine. Converting it from a wood burner to a drip. Check out Midwest Super Cub. They have a mud mower or mud boat motor division, and they do a lot with the Briggs motors. They make billet rods and cams and lifters and all kinds of stuff with them. They've been doing it for a long, long time, so they do have a lot of parts for them. Yeah, Willie, I was looking at the. Hang on, guys. Hello. I don't know. You dropped out. As far as I know, I'm on. Everybody's still in chat. Yeah, it says I'm still live. Mark's on the phone, guys. He said I went blank and he lost connection or something. So yeah, come back in the chat. I'll drop the link again.
I see you.
All right. So where was that? Yeah, I like the idea of the forced air, Willie, but the way I want to do mine, I want to do a gravity or natural vent, and I want to bring the air in from the outside, so it's not pulling air out of the shop here. All right, cool. I'm still alive. Yep. Hi, Mudster. So let me get the link dropped in there for Mark. Get him back up here. There's the link. If anybody else wants to come on up, come on up. Yeah, I can get I get plenty of wood and stuff like that to run my wood burner, but I just want the ability to come home from work, because it takes hour and a half or so to get this place warmed up. I want the ability to hit the I want the ability to heat this place up quick and shut the heat off whenever I'm done.
Yeah. I was in a mindset that I could build my own, out of a drip system. I've got an old compressor tank. I've got an old propane bottle. And I figured I could build myself a little wood burning stove and put a brake line in and a petcock and a tank and make a little drip system.
Yeah, I've been looking for an old decent sized air compressor tank, and just every one I found has either been like completely junk and not worth welding on, or they want an arm and a leg for it.
Yeah.
Team
this
shape.
is one of those stand-up air compressors that the tank is like 4 foot tall.
Mm-hmm.
I got one of those for free. One of the neighbors moved out, left a bunch of junk behind. That was one of them. So I dragged it across the street.
Well, at work, I thought I had the ideal thing. They had a old boiler stand reservoir tank, I guess you'd call it. And when we started cutting into it, it was glass lined.
Oh.
So yeah, we're like, we're not going to use that.
Let's throw some rocks inside. roll it around for a while, break all the glass out. And, you know.
We were beating on it with a 15-pound sledgehammer, trying to get it broke loose. I don't know how they bond that stuff to the inside of those tanks, but it wasn't coming out. You know, it had a nice access panel, you know, like an oval access panel, you know, to clean out and stuff. That's why I wanted it. And we took the torch out to cut some of the fittings. There's pipe stubs sticking out of it. We're just going to cut those off with a cycling hopper, take it in the shop and weld those holes shut. And it was taking forever to cut them things out. And I'm like, man, you know, what the hell's going on? And the old plumber come out and goes, you boys are like wasting your time. He said, those are glass lines. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll just beat it. He just kind of laughed. We beat on it for 15, 20 minutes. Never even cracked the stuff on the inside. So,
how big a tank do you need, Ed?
I'm looking for something probably
about the size of your air compressor you have now in the garage.
I would like it about twice as tall, about the size of a hot water tank. Would be ideal.
Yeah.
That way I can have about 1.5 feet, 2 foot of burner at the bottom, and then the rest of it will be heat exchanger up above. I can drill through it and put cross pipes, you know, 5 or 6 cross pipes in it with a blower behind it, blowing the heat out.
All right.
Thanks, Mr. Stokers. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, I want to do the used oil thing so I can, you know, I can come out, hit it, light it, and a couple guys I know don't leave theirs on all the time, and they've got bigger shops than mine that aren't insulated. And within a half an hour, they got 70, 80 degrees in their shop, you know, walking around in a t-shirt. And then, like they said, when they're done, half an hour before they're done, they shut it off, and it cools down, and you can walk out and not have to worry about, you know, hot embers or hot coals in the wood burner and all that stuff. So,
well, if you dip it on wood, does that make that wood like the? I guess it just lasts longer. It just burns the oil, not the wood.
Yeah, the ones I've seen that are the hybrid wood oil burners. Basically, you're using the wood as your medium to get the fire going, and then it burns off the oil and stuff while it's going.
That's the drip, right?
Yeah, it's the drip system,
right?
You know, but even the drip systems I've seen that don't have wood in them, you know, little piece of paper, and the one guy said he uses a 25-75% diesel fuel gasoline mix. Puts about I don't know, a little bit down the bottom tray. Takes a propane torch, lights that, lets it get burning, starts this drip, and it starts going. And once that fuel gas oil mixture burns off, it just burns off the drip, and that thing. I mean, he can crank it up to where it sounds like a jet engine. You know, he showed me when I was over there one years ago. He's like, well, we'll turn it up and, you know, get the drip going pretty good. He actually got his heat exchanger glowing red.
Damn.
And he's like, if you want to heat it up, he said, you can heat it up. But he'll, like on the weekends, he'll start at Friday night. And then when he goes in, he turns it way down, and he knows settings and, you know, where to set stuff at. And he said it'll burn all night just at a low drip, you know, keep it 40 degrees or whatever in the shop. And then when he goes back out, just turns it up a little bit, brings the heat up, gets it up to where it's comfortable, and go.
Wow. You know, my shop's only a little 10 by 20, but it's on an all wood building.
Yeah.
And my insulation is stuff that I've put in. It's only foam. It's about maybe that thick. Better than nothing, but it don't help much.
Yeah, Fotia, that's my issue right now too. My homeowner's insurance does not cover what they call solid wood or solid fuel heat sources. So that means I can't even have a wood pellet stove out here because I checked into that. My brother has one that he doesn't use anymore, a big one, a whole house one. He said if I can get it out of the basement and buy the replacement parts to get it, I can use it. I checked with my insurance company, and they said, "Does it take liquid or gaseous fuel?" I said, "No, it's wood pellets or corn or soybean or it's multi-fuel." They said, "We will not cover a solid fuel heat source."
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I live in a trailer park, so I can almost get away with anything. As long as I don't tell anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of companies, small businesses and stuff used to use wood burners and stuff to heat their shops. Pallet wood and, crate wood and stuff like that. Get it all for free and burn it. But for some reason now, I even asked them, well, what if I buy a brand new wood burner from a HVAC place and have them install it? They said, we do not cover solid fuel heat sources.
Some insurance companies just charge you more money because you disclose that you're using a wood burner.
Yeah, I asked them about that.
I think I'd have to shop for new insurance.
Yeah. All right, well, take care, buddy.
Yeah, that I would too, because if you think about it, I got, like I said, I heat with that open, that vent-free fireplace there. You've seen them at Lowe's and that. They got an open flame with a thing. That's more dangerous than a wood burner. You can see the flame. You put your hand in there, you could actually get burned. A wood burner, it's totally enclosed. Now a pellet stove is totally enclosed. What I got's actually more dangerous, and they don't care because it's natural gas. They said it's fine, or propane, whatever you want to run it on.
Well, and that's what I asked my insurance agent. I said, so you're telling me my wood burner, which is, almost 3 feet from either wall, it's 20 inches off the ground, so there's no gas vapor or anything like that, blah, blah, blah. I said, that is less safe than me having a kerosene torpedo heater sitting in my shop. And they're like, yep.
With the inspections and all that and everything that they have, once you get up to that inspection code and you get that certificate, I don't know why they cannot insure that. I think your insurance companies they think you're too comfortable and won't change the company.
Yeah.
I shop insurance every year. Mine went up this year $110.
Yeah.
Here.
But see, I can put an outdoor burner. I can put an outdoor burner outside and run actually a boiler. I can put one of those in, and they don't have any problem with it. Mm-hmm. They've got a system I've seen that they're called outdoor wood burners. It's a wood burner that's outside. It's all insulated. Has ductwork that comes in and blows in, from the outside. There's no water. There's no system like that. They'll even cover that.
Right.
Will not cover a wood burner in my shop. So if my shop burns down and they deem it's, because of my wood burner, it's not covered. The first year that they came and inspected and seen that I had it, I had to disconnect the pipe and stuff and send them pictures. Not the next year, but the year after that, they came by again for some odd reason. And the guy's like, oh, you got a wood burner, we're going to, we don't cover that. We may cancel. I'm like, no, that's not a wood burner. That's my incinerator that I get rid of all my sensitive documents with.
Right.
And he's like, you don't heat? I said, no, I don't heat with that. I said, I got torpedo heater right over there. That's what I heat my garage with. I said, I put all my sensitive documents and stuff. I said, I don't shred them. I said, I don't trust shredding them. I said, I put them in there, light them on fire, and burn it. That's how I get rid of them.
Right.
Okay, as long as you're not using it as a heat source. And of course, they come out in the summertime and there's stuff stacked all over top of it. I said, oh, no, I just, once a month or 2 months, whenever I get enough of it built up, I said I clean it off, put the stuff in there, light it, burn it off, and that way I don't get in trouble with the county for having an open burn.
Right.
That's why I like my stone fireplace. When I get ready to burn something, I take it out there. I take a hot dog out with me. If a cop comes up, I go, "Oh, I'm cooking a hot dog, officer. You want one?"
Yeah, much. I know some people that got them outdoor wood burners and they love them and everything. Me, I'm getting too old for that shit. Going out and cutting the wood and firing it and everything else. That's why I want to go with the used oil burner. I can get, I got 255-gallon drums of used oil sitting at my shop right now that the guys that I used to give it to, everybody's too busy to come get it right now. They want me to deliver it, and I'm too busy to deliver it. So, I can get all the used oil from work I want.
That was one quote that I got tonight was on a new building over there, but I want heated floors in the concrete.
Yeah, that's the way to go. If I ever build a new garage, even if I build a new house, it's having radiant floor heating.
Yeah.
Well, my cousin up around the corner from you there, that's what he has in his, and that makes it so nice. Even in the summertime, you can reverse that flow. He's got a geothermal unit tied into his. We can reverse the flow, that 60-degree water that's in the ground, and cool that concrete.
Right.
And air condition his whole place.
Right. And then, and then this contractor, I'm so uneasy with it. He asked me how thick I wanted the concrete. I want 8 inches of concrete. He says, "Well, it's sufficient. All you need is 6." I said, "No, I want 8 inches." And I said, "That way it's less chance of cracking and stuff, and I want it cut." And he says, "Well, no, you can put 6 in and you don't have to cut it." I said, "I'm telling you right now, any kind of weight in there is just going to split. It's going to bust." But
that's true, Fotia, but if you do a manifold system, you don't have to run that radiant floor heating throughout the whole entire floor. You can do zones and leave like in a shop, you can leave like a 6-foot strip down the middle of it that's free and clear of anything that you can mount a lift to and anything like that. So,
right.
I know a lot of shops do that, and they have zones that they can, like, if you're working in one zone, you can bring the temperature up like 10 degrees above the rest of it, and it's nice and warm right there where you're working at, but not so much where you got storage stuff at, but it's still warm over there. And the best thing I liked about working on a radiant floor heating system is getting down and working on something. If you're laying tools or parts down on the floor, they're not freezing cold, they're actually warm. And it's actually better if you're parking vehicles in there, because it pulls the moisture out of the concrete and actually dries the bottom of the vehicle better than even forced air or anything like that. So,
well, let me ask you this too: Would you go copper in the concrete, or would you go that PEX plastic?
PEX plastic.
That's what he's telling me, and I'm like, I just don't see PEX plastic holding up in concrete.
Copper will deteriorate and corrode.
Well, they got that copper with that coating on it too, though. That's supposed to stop it. I don't know.
The chemical you run through it can still deteriorate it. The nice thing about PEX is you can do like a 1-inch PEX, and if you ever do have a leak, you can shove the smaller size through it,
right,
and fix it. And that's the other nice thing about having the zoned areas. If you ever have a problem, you can shut that zone completely off and not have to worry about losing all your, heating. That's cool, Brandon. So, but are you gonna do like an outdoor burner to heat it with?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's well, my boss, the one that's retiring, he he has it in his shop, and he's got an outdoor burner that he heats his whole house, his pool, domestic hot water for his shop, all that with it. And
Well, he said with the size of the burner and doing the packs and stuff that you could do 3 buildings
Yeah.
off the burner.
Yep.
So I don't know.
yeah, that especially with you having that, the lumber and stuff there, to do it with.
Yeah, I got plenty of woods there.
Yep. But and the nice thing about it too is if you ever decide that you don't want to burn wood no more, you can get a different boiler and do used oil or propane or natural gas or anything and just tie it in.
Right.
And that's what my boss, his burner's been his outdoor burner's been rebuilt a couple of times by him. Rewelded, relined, and all that kind of stuff.
You done with it?
He said he thinks the next time that he does it, he's either going to go with if he can get natural gas out there at the time, he's going to go with a natural gas burner. If not, he's going to go with used oil.
Yeah, I want to go with one of the coal burners.
Yeah. He actually thought about coal, but he don't want to deal with that. Well, he just turned 60, so he can still go out and do the firewood and all that kind of stuff. That ain't the big deal. He's got access to it, and he's got the means to buy it if he don't have, if he can't get it cut. But it just, just what he wants to do.
Yep.
Yeah, true. You can use your forge to heat your building.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But yeah, I would have liked to have got my used oil burner built this year, but too much other stuff going on, and I've got plenty of wood to get me through this coming winter. So
And then this well guy, he wants to charge $50 an hour.
yeah.
I always thought it was by the foot. Now it's by the hour.
Mm-hmm. Everything's going by the hour now.
Pretty much.
Robert, yes, it is worth heating a large shop. I absolutely hate being bundled up working inside. I did it when I was a diesel mechanic. Our shop was the doors were constantly opening and closing, and I wore Carhartt bibs and sweatshirts and everything else. And
then you can't move.
Well, yeah, and I wasn't as big as I am now then, but I was still a big guy, and I didn't like doing it. So yeah, Robert, $50 an hour ain't a bad labor rate anymore.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and wearing gloves, trying to work on stuff day in and now and again when you have to, okay, but day in and day out, 8-10 hours a day. Nope. I did it when I was in the oil field. Can't stand it. Won't do it no more. So
yeah, I'm glad I'm out of that oil field business stuff. Holy smokes.
Yep.
That was 24-hour on call all the time gone.
Yeah. Call me old or whatever, but you know, I want to work in my jeans and a t-shirt in my shop. You know, even at my daily job. You know.
That's why I'm going with that heated floor and that new coat.
Hell, I don't want to work like that either. That sucks.
Yep.
You can't work with gloves. You know what's stupid? When my grandparents built this house in 1929 and put in the old oil boiler, which is still in the basement, they put put in the heated sidewalk, and the first 20 feet of my driveway is heated. Can't afford to run it, but
Yeah.
what? But you know something though? When they first did it, oil was what, 5 cents a gallon back in the 20s, the early 30s. When we get an ice storm, it's fun going out there, just flipping the ball valve on, letting it go out. I like to snap my fingers and literally just go outside, turn it on, and watch the water just melt. I'll do it once in a while.
I agree with Mr. Mobody. When you wear gloves all the time, you get sick of that.
Yep.
I have to be able to feel what I'm working on, or else I don't even want to do it.
I got to give it to my old man. God rest his soul. He could be out in 0-degree weather without a pair of gloves on, working, cutting wood, whatever. When we were younger, I actually seen him ride a snowmobile for like 45 minutes with no gloves on.
Ooh, that makes me hurt just thinking about it.
Well, he was a meat cutter, so he was always used to the cold meat, reaching down into barrels with ice cold water in them and everything else, and it didn't bother him.
Oh no, get immune to it.
That's how I got my fingers and stuff frostbit working on a semi out in the cold night. I couldn't wear gloves. I can't stand gloves.
I don't know how guys fuel their trucks in the wintertime. I'm sure you see them twisted. They'll sit there and hold that handle on that pump with their bare hands. It's like, oh my god, that steel, it gets cold.
Hey, I run one of the snow brushes at work, and I don't even like to wear gloves in there. There's been one time in the 20 years that I've been there that I actually called back to the shop and said, hey, somebody needs to meet me up here with a pair of gloves and my heavier jacket. But it was negative 2 or 3 degrees, and where I was running the brush at was nothing but open air, open wind area, and the heater in the tractor wasn't enough. I could see my breath inside the tractor, inside the cab. So
you talking blue ball weather?
Yeah, and a couple of the guys kind of ribbed me about it for a little bit, and I'm like, well, if you want to trade your nice warm pickup truck, I know you're out shoveling, but if you want to trade your nice warm pickup truck for this brush, come on and get in it. And one guy was like, yeah, I'll do it. He ran it for 5 minutes. He's like, nope. He goes, you can have that thing back. I'm going back to the pickup truck. I'm like, uh-huh. The heat comes in from the top of these things.
I've never had to go to.
I was totally driving with one hand, had my hand up there, and it was just barely warm enough I could feel it. Then I would switch hands, and then I'd have to get both hands down to run the controls.
But to put the heat in the floor is not that much more than your general setup.
Yep.
Which I've never had a building that had the heated floors, other than I was in one guy's building and the floor was heated and you could touch the concrete and it was nice and warm. So if you had to put on the floor, that would be ideal. But I got this Amish guy to come and quote this. That's who I'm having do it, is an Amish guy.
Well, Kenny was debating whether to put it in his shop, but he had those Corevac heaters for free. So he went with them, which them things are awesome too. If I had a big enough shop, I would have one. But because they actually heat the surface too. They're a radiant heater. But like he said, if he had to buy new either way, it would have been radiant floor.
Mm-hmm.
You pull your truck in there in the wintertime, Mark, and the water will instantly start evaporating off the floor.
Right. Right. That's what he said.
You gonna do it in your house too?
Yeah, it's gonna do the house too. Yeah.
I mean, so you're gonna have like hot water heat. You're gonna have boiler.
No, it'd be hot water heat, but it'd be fired off of that furnace.
It'll be through like an A coil, like an AC unit with forced air.
They put coils inside of the furnace, and it's done off of water.
Right.
And you'll never run out of hot water in your hot water tank either.
Right.
I got a storage tank. I heat my water with the boiler.
Yep.
Hell, it's better than instant hot water. I hate instant hot water tanks. I like my boiler that heats to hot water. No pilot, no nothing. It only comes on. It's like an instant hot water tank. It only comes on when I ask for hot water. Believe me, I got Dunkirk XB4 natural gas boiler down there now. Shit, I can heat up 60 gallons of water in less than 20 minutes.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. All right. I'm going to keep this going for about another 3 minutes. Brandon's going to go live here about 5 minutes. So everybody go over and check his stream out. Say hi to him. Tell him I sent you.
And don't forget, Polar Bear Ed's live at 7 tomorrow night.
Well, it may be Mark tomorrow night at 7.
I'm not going up. No.
All right.
No, it'll be you.
All right, then I'll hit another. I'll do another one tomorrow night then. So, but we'll round it off at 1:45, and we'll get over there and see Brandon.
Oh, you got to switch the host because this is technically Twisted Live. You're taking over. You just got to switch your spot there for a bit, the last 3 minutes, huh? What are you doing?
I'm just advertising it. Polar Bear Ed's going to run it.
There you go. What are you doing? What are you doing?
It'll be all good.
What are you doing? Behave. Stop kissing me or I'll send you to Ed's house. He's washing his beard.
There.
Oh,
there you go.
Did you order one of them cameras yet?
What are you doing?
Not yet.
Not yet. What are you waiting for?
Well, next payday.
Come here, Mr. Brady.
You just need to come and use mine. Because I think I'm going to get out of this.
What, you're going to get out of YouTube?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I got too much going on.
Just take a little break, that's all.
Yeah, about 2 years.
Nah.
Just a little break.
Nah. 9 months. Yeah, Robert. I don't get a paycheck. The university sends my bank money, and then my bank sends that money to all my bills. So
much.
I don't actually see my paycheck anymore.
Me neither. The wife's spending it quicker than I'm making.
See, I don't have to worry about anybody spending my paycheck. My mortgage company, my utility company. The grocery.
I don't have is a mortgage company or any of that.
Yeah, I do still have that. So, but,
I think this thing here is going to make a mortgage though.
Yeah, a small one.
Well, I don't know. I own the property already, so
Right.
there's no mortgage on that.
So what are you going to do? Just build a new house and shop and rent out the old one?
Nope. That ain't happening either.
Nope. Yeah, someday, Robert, I might see a paycheck, but with all this electronic stuff nowadays, you know, it's hard to see any kind of a paycheck. You can see what you made, see what the company sent the bank, but the actual physical paycheck that you got to go cash, I think they're a thing of the past.
It's not called a paycheck no more. It's exchange day.
Yep.
Yep. That's a whole new holiday every Friday. Exchange day.
I get a paycheck.
I get the company sends the money to my bank on the 25th, and all my utilities and everything get paid on the 26th. So,
You know, this is the first time, Ed, that I paid credit cards today. And I did not realize how many credit cards I have, because usually she takes care of everything. And I said, man, I need to start closing some of these. And she said, no, it'll hurt your credit. I'm like, how in the heck can it hurt my credit if I don't owe nothing on them?
I don't have a credit card, single one to my name. I've got debit cards, but I don't have a single credit card, you know, to my name. So, all right, guys, Brandon's going on in a minute. I'm going to shut this down so I don't overlap him. Everybody head over there and say hi to him, and we will see you there. Thanks everybody for watching, and appreciate it. And we'll catch you tomorrow night.
All right.